WITSON.
Also here I'm just going to show you on a new product range, which is our 12.4 super ultra thin screen. So it's like a tablet. So there's probably a few variants of this on the market, but the tablet versions are always basically universal and just get stuck to the side of the dash or the top of the dash or whatever. Difference with these ones is that they actually come specific to the car. So basically what you're going to get for the range is you're going to get the frame, which is this big huge part at the back. This is going into it's the big massive curved frame at the back, and you also get the matching ISO cables. So the ISO cables consist of basically CAN bus support, so if your car's got steering wheel controls or computer information that shows up on the old screens, then obviously some of it will come over onto this screen. So video's twofold. One's probably central to the Mitsubishi L200, and the second video is just obviously this new screen. So this is it's our second install, to be honest with you, but it's our first install on site. So basically it's the first time we've had the opportunity to take a video of what you get here. I'm going to put some pictures into the video just to show you the side angle on this, just to show you how thin it is. It is probably as thin as an iPad, to be honest with you, if not thinner. But yeah, super cool. So this is what you're seeing now is the Android Auto interface. So basically it's a multi-dual app, which basically if you link an Apple phone to it, it's going to give you CarPlay. If you link an Android phone to it, it's going to give you an Android Auto. If you're not familiar with Android Auto is or CarPlay, it's pretty much a hub app which brings over any navigation, music apps, text messaging apps, and obviously your phone book support and your phone calls over into one hub app, and obviously you can speak to it too. So if you're an Apple user, you can do the Hey Siri support, take me here, play this music. Alternatively, you can do the OK Google, and then obviously ask it, here you go, see how can I help. So close, Google close, not close. Yeah, so that's pretty much a nice little communicative tool that you can use when you're using this app here. So just to show you what the side images look like, so there's your maps. So if it goes across there, you have your shortcut to your music, a nice little weather app there, and takes you back to there, and then obviously you got that screen. So okay, so just going to go back out to the Android screen. This is the Android operating system, so it's a Android 15 system with an 8-core processor. Comes standard with 2 and 32 gig. You can increase up to like 6 and 128 on this particular unit, and as I say, it's got an 8-core processor, so it's nice and quick and responsive. As you can see me there, just acting with my finger. So just going back onto this home page here, I'll just give you a little rundown of this here. So obviously a little shortcut to your Google Maps, which is on there. This is MP8, but you can also change it to KMH2 also. There's a shortcut to your MP3 player, shortcut to your FM AM radio. It does come with RDS on the system too, so obviously it will show you the station name, but obviously it'll show you in here. So that's your radio interface. So just to show you, it does work with the steering wheel controls. As you can see me in the background, but you can't see me doing that. It does have RDS on there, so obviously just to show you on there. So your RDS is on there. So basically what we tend to do is move the car a little bit forward, and we're not basically pretty much sheltered around here, and then obviously we do the stations, and obviously the names will come up here. See, one's come up as hits down there, but yeah, see the little obviously communications from the whatever you're listening to there. Let me just turn the heater down, guys. It's bloody sweating in this car. Turn that off. Okay, so all these down here are pretty much shortcuts. You can change this if you want, so if you just simply hold it onto there, and then if you wanted to bring something else to do, you can just do that too. So obviously you can bring all your favourites through onto this home page here. These are little shortcuts down here. That's another shortcut to navigation. That's your application center, and this is your settings. So I'll just go through the icons one by one just to show you what the interfaces look like. This is the Bluetooth, Android Bluetooth side of things, but as I say, if you're using the Android Auto CarPlay, obviously you wouldn't take your calls through there, you do it through the CarPlay Android Auto. Here's your MP3 player. So it's got a dummy track on there, which the factories tend to put one on there just to show you that it's working. So that's that there. File manager. So if you're familiar with that, you know what it's all about. If not, don't get it too much involved. This is where people tend to put on third-party apps like IPTV and stuff like that. So you can put apps onto a USB pen if you can't find them in the Play Store. Put the USB pen into one of the USB cables that it comes with, and it comes up down the side. You click on that and it shows you any APKs or whatever files in there, and you can do that. You can also stick stuff onto the hard drive by doing it through this app here. So if you wanted to stick like your videos onto the hard drive, you can put it in there and then put it from the USB pen into the internal storage. You can do that if you want anyway. So there's your gallery. Don't ask me why these are on there. Basically I was get pretty much baffled by these in terms of people wanting pictures on there and stuff like that. But if you wanted to put your own logos up there, you can do it that way. There's your video player. So there's a couple of demos on here. What's this one here? Let's have a little look. So as you can see, nice big image on there. The screen resolution is really good. Nice little Mandarin duck there if you want to have a little load of that. So going back out here, you got your DSP sound processor in here too, which basically allows you to customize the outputs on these sounds. So if you're getting your subwoofers and stuff like that, you can have a little play around with that too. This CarLink is the name of the CarPlay Android Auto app, which I showed you right at the beginning of the video. So that's that one there too. You got your application center here. Now this app store is pretty good, so you do need to give it an internet connection, which you can do via a 4G SIM card, or you can link it to hotspots on your phone to the built-in Wi-Fi there. So once you've got an internet connection, if this app store is not the Google Play Store, but it's the Chinese app store, so on these particular, like some apps you're gonna like the likes of that, you can't get in the Google Play Store. So to keep these up to date, instead of obviously pestering us for it, only joking, do that anyway, you can keep this app up to date yourself, which pretty much, if you're updating the OS or you're buying new phones and the app's outdated, then obviously you'll find that there's connection issues, but you can keep apps up to date through that on there. So this is your auxiliary in. So today we haven't put nothing in there, but this has AV inputs for support the RCA cable. So if you're sticking anything like TV boxes, if you're old-fashioned and you're not into streaming, then you can do it through that app there too. There's your Bluetooth, which I showed you before. Calculator, self-explanatory, showed you that one before. Chrome, just a browser if you want to do a little bit of internet shopping. Icebox Auto, so there's that one there too. They're similar. Gallery, showed you that before. This one's a demo app. There's your Google Maps here. Do need an internet connection for this one too. You can download offline maps if you want, which don't need any data connection with a phone or SIM card. Just do that from the App Store, which is that one there. That's your Google Play Store, which obviously if you're an Android user, you'll have an email address and password anyway. Log on to the same details. If you're not, then just create one, an email address and a password on Google Play Store. You don't have to put your card details on or nothing like that, and just bring your password and email address back for there. MP3 player, which I showed you before. Navi, just a little shortcut. Operation guide. So this is where the manuals come into place now, because obviously you tend not to get the paper versions. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but the factories don't tend to like including them because you just hate paying for the paper press of it, especially when they're updating it and putting new apps on there. So they tend to put everything in here. Play Store, showed you that. Radio. Steering wheel controls, depending if your car's an analog or digital CAN bus. Sometimes you get a box that comes with the power cable, which does it all for you, but if not, then all your steering wheel controls just done through resistance on the wire, and you set it up yourself. Touch assist, so I tend to switch this off, which is a little dot there. That's a bit of annoying for me, so I tend to switch that off. Some settings in there. YouTube, you're probably watching us on there, so I don't need to go into their videos. I showed you that. And the last thing to show you is the settings app, which basically gives you all your back-end settings on the Android, like for the general device factory user system, blah blah blah. This is where obviously you control all your hotspots and your mobile coverage if you're using a SIM card. Device just shows you how to change the display, brightness levels, sound, GPS, storage, apps, blah blah blah. And this is obviously your general settings. We tend to just, if you need to change any of these, contact us. Sometimes they just change to just get little things working in the car. Factory, if you want to go into the factory settings, there's a factory password, which is 3368. You don't really need to change anything in there because it's all preset for you, but again, contact us before if you want to try and look into anything on it. User, just keeps it in there. You back up and reset, which is a good thing to do, which is your factory reset on it, to be honest with you. So every once in a while we just suggest doing one just to clear any bugs that can pick up just through using things like Play Store and stuff like that. They can pick up the odd bugs. System, and obviously that's just about the device, as you can see. Latest Android version, 15 on this one here, so obviously it's the latest version. That's what you sell. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. If you don't like the home page, which I think is really nice, you can change that if you want into the back-end settings, or you can just download the car launcher app, like a Gamma Car Guru, stuff like that, Guru Web and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you like the video, guys. This is all nice and stable. It's not flimsy or moving around, so obviously it's all matched in with the car. It does work with the rear camera. Let me have a little look which one's reverse. The gear stick has got no indications on the gear stick, so that's a camera. Customer brought this camera in today on his old one. We just basically fitted it with it, you see, like, but you can get higher resolution cameras and stuff like that, and also you can stick on the guidance lines and that through the settings, at the back end settings, which we'll do in a moment. Yeah, so hope you like the video, guys, and
WITSON